Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are reviewing a new palette. This is the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom palette and I am super excited to get into it, show you swatches and do a couple of looks with this one. I loved the color story of this palette when I first saw it announced, so much so that I immediately knew that I had to grab it. I haven't reviewed anything from Lunar Beauty for years now. I did review the Life's a Drag palette when it first came out years ago, and then the other releases I guess didn't catch my attention as much until I saw the color story of this one, and so I'm super excited to show you it today. If you're interested in the palette, it's obviously on the Lunar Beauty website and there is a couple of discount codes for it. I think Trendmood has a discount code for it and I don't remember who else. I ended up not using a discount code myself because I ordered the palette and I ordered the pink translucent powder, which I'm not going to be using in today's video because I did already set my face. But basically, getting these two products, it was more affordable for me to not use a discount code because I was getting free shipping rather than using the discount code and then having to pay for shipping. Anyways, take a look right here at the stunning packaging of this palette. It says Lunar Beauty on top. The moon is actually raised out of the cardboard. And it says Moonshroom at the bottom here. Here's what the back of the palette looks like. It says it is made in China, it is vegan and cruelty free, and it has a 12-month shelf life. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for the color story. Once you open the palette, as you can see, you have a beautiful, huge mirror right here at the top. And then the color story is actually warmer in person, in my opinion, than what I had seen online. Like, this yellow right here, honeysuckle, is like bright, okay? For some reason, I thought these mustard colors would have a bit more green in them than they do, but they're actually pretty mustardy, yellowy shades. I do love the row of shimmers in the center. I love the lighter mattes on top. I do love yellow eyeshadow, so I'm not disappointed in this at all. And then the moodier matte shades right here at the bottom, I think are gorgeous. I guess without further ado, we should definitely go for the swatches. Okay, so here are the shades. Puffball, which is kind of like a perfect transition light creamy color. Honeysuckle, which is that bright yellow I was pointing at before. Toad, which is a mustardy brown shade. And Meadow, which does have a bit of green in it, but not as much as I thought it would. I added one more bit to each swatch so that they look more even rather than very concentrated at the tip and then faded. So these are the first four colors. The last two colors of row number one are Lion's Mane and Chocolate Truffle right here. And these two swatches actually came out a bit better than the previous one, so I'm not going to touch them. I am dying to try these shimmers because I met Manny a couple of years ago at this LA YouTube thing that I went, and he was talking about how Pat McGrath shimmers were super overrated and super expensive, and he didn't think that they were worth it. And he also said he could make similar shimmers for his brand, but I haven't had anything from his brand in a long time, so I want to see what these magical shimmers of his are like. Here is what they look like on my fingers. Really, really beautiful. Of course, he was shading Pat McGrath as I was wearing Pat McGrath at the event. Anyways, let's go for the swatches. First one is called Fairy Wings, which is this beautiful gold shade right here. Then we have Witch's Hat, which is this stunning purpley color. Spores. And Foxfire right there. These are definitely really pretty metallic shimmers with some sparkle, but not Pat McGrath. The last two shimmers are Magic Mushroom, which I think might be my favorite shimmer I've swatched so far. Definitely have to play with that one. And Fun Guy right here. Let's start on the third and last row. We have Pixie Pop, which is this beautiful lavender shade. Pretty Poison, which is a stunning burgundy. And Weeping Willow, which is this amazing olive green. Let's do the last three colors, which are Fuzzy Foot, Dewdrop, and Death Cap right here. I run out of space. I'm literally swatching this on my elbow. But I got all of my swatches in, so take a look right here at every single one of the shades in this palette swatched. Once again, I absolutely love this color story. I think it is beautiful and I cannot wait to play. I was thinking I was going to do 2 eye looks. Let's get started with the first look. First things first, I'm going to use Puffball here on a Rephr number 15 brush. And this is going to be my base shade for this eye look. It's a nice brightening color for the eyelid. Good to use as a base for sure. And it did give me a little bit of fallout, but it looks like I can very easily wipe it off. I want to build on that with the color Lion's Mane right here, and I'm going to use the same Rephr number 15. This is kind of the first time ever I tried this formula because I'm sure that the formula from the original Life's a Drag palette was very different from what Manny makes today. So with the shade Lion's Mane, I'm going to start building the crease and outer V of the eye. And so I am building and blending the colors into one another. Here's what it's looking like, and I'm adding a little bit more Lion's Mane right through the center, just back and forth. I want to darken things up a little more, so with my Rephr number 1 brush and the color Fuzzy Foot right down here, I want to build on the outer third of my eyelid. So I'm going to first start by tapping the color on, and then back and forth I'm going to start building up the shade. And then with little circles, I'm going to start blending the brown into the mustard yellow color. Here's what things are looking like. I want to add one more color because I want to try as many as possible. And I think I'm going to go with the shade Pretty Poison and still use my Rephr number 1 brush just to add a bit of dimension back here on the outer corner of the eye. So with the Rephr number 1, I'm just going to rub in some of that shade. But I don't want the purple to go too high. I still want the in-between color to be the brown. So I'm adding a little bit more Fuzzy Boot with the Rephr number 15 to where the colors blend right here on the crease. With my finger, I'm going to grab the shade Witch's Hat, which is the purpley shimmer shade. And I'm going to add it right here in the center of the eyelid, blending it back into my matte colors. And then I also want to grab the shade Magic Mushroom here with my pinky. And this is going to be the color on the inner third of the eyelid here. Blend it into that purple. I feel like I'm just picking colors at random at this point, but I like what's happening still. With a flat Rephr number 2 and the shade Fairy Wings, which is that beautiful bright gold shimmer, I'm going to complete the look by adding that shimmer to the inner corner and working it in on the eyelid here in order to better define my crease. With the Rephr number 3 and the shade Pretty Poison, which is that purple matte that we used, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. Just back and forth, right in between my lower lashes and all the way to the tear duct area. And then using a Rephr number 13 and the shade Lion's Mane, which is that same mustard yellow I have on the crease, I'm going to smoke out the purple underneath the eyes. I added a bright yellow eyeliner to the waterline. This is the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner in the shade Cosmic Yellow. And before any mascara or lashes, this right here is the first look that I came up with. Very kind of random and colorful, I think. I was putting all of the shades that I like together. So before I put on any mascara or lashes, let's work on a second look and then I can show you both finished. To start the second look, I want to use the shade Toad on a Rephr number 15. And I'm just going to blend this color all throughout the crease of my eye. The mattes are a little bit on the powdery side, so definitely be careful when building your eyeshadow look so that you don't get them all over the face, but I didn't really have a lot of issues with that after I realized it. Okay, that shade Toad blended beautifully. With the Rephr number 1, I'm going to grab the shade Whippin' Willow down here. I've been dying to use this olive green color, so I'm going to tap it right on the outer third of the eye and then start blending it into the shade Toad on the crease back here. Once I have it nice and built up, I'm going to do little circles on the edge to blend it out. Oh, that is looking a little patchy right there. Hold on, let's blend and then I'll build it up again. A little bit more of that color on the outer third of the eye. Hopefully that'll help with the patchiness. And I'm cleaning up back here just because I went a little too far down on the side of my eye. So here's what that's looking like. I feel like we fixed it. I'm going to also get a bit of the shade Dewdrop just to add a little more intensity to the outer third of the eyelid back here. And I'm just tapping it on with a Rephr number 2 Max. By the way, the Rephr brushes, you guys, are still on sale. So if you've been thinking about investing in amazing quality brushes, this is definitely a good time to do so. With my finger, I'm grabbing this shimmer shade right here, the one called Spores, which is kind of like a bronzy old gold type color. And I'm going to tap it right in the center of the eyelid and start blending it forward just a bit. I'm going to add Magic Mushrooms on a Rephr number 2 to the innermost corner of the eye and blend it in ever so slightly. I know for sure I want this to be my inner corner color for this eye look, but I don't know how far in I want to take it. I'm going to take it in a little more, and then a little more Spores on the same Rephr number 2 to fill in the gap right here. Ooh, I love this eye look. This is pretty. Dewdrop on a Rephr number 3, and I'm going to work on the lower lash line, just back and forth here, all the way to my tear duct, and a little bit of the shade Toad to smoke out the under eye area. I was debating between forest green and bright yellow once again for the waterline, so I went with bright yellow. As you can see, forest green would have been a bit more cohesive, but I already had the yellow on the other side, so I added it again. Don't they look so different? It looks so much brighter over here rather than under this eye, and it's the same eyeliner. Anyways, I'm covering the right eye so you're not distracted. Take a look right here at the finished second look with this palette. Beautiful and very fall in my opinion. And this is what it looks like before we put on any mascara or lashes. So here's the eye looks with just mascara on. I feel like they're nice and dramatic, so with lashes they'll definitely look even better. Back with some half lashes on. These are from Bright Lashes. If you guys don't know about Bright Lashes yet, they are Angela Bright's lash line. The website is brightlashes.com. And when I tell you, I thought that they were going to be so much more expensive than they are. These are like Lily Lash quality lashes for less than half the price. Lily Lashes are like $26 to $30 last time I checked. These are the same quality as Lily Lashes, much more comfortable, much more natural looking, and they retail for like $12 per pair, which is amazing. And Angela has a 10% off discount code. I think the code is YouTube. So if you want to get them and save some money, feel free to do so. I honestly couldn't believe how affordable these lashes are. I got these at the Creators and Friend trip I went to a couple weeks ago, and I have used and abused them. So I actually placed an order myself a few days ago for some more because I want to try other styles. I love them. The ones I'm wearing are her best sellers, and I believe the name is Flutter, and they're half lashes. Anyways, after the lashes have been applied, these right here are the finished looks. Here's the first one. And look number 2. To finish up my makeup, I'm going to do some blush and a lipstick. For blush, I want to do Joy from Rare Beauty. This is, I think, my favorite out of all of the Rare Beauty blush shades I tried. And because it's nice and warm, it'll match both of these eye looks. Warm-ish lip liner. This is LA Girl. And the color is Nonstop Nude. And the Anastasia Cosmos gloss in the shade Sun, which has yellow sparkles. I know I only did 2 eye looks, but I promise you I used as many shades as I possibly could. I'm missing Pixie Pop and Honeysuckle and Foxfire, but I think I pretty much used every other shade in this palette. and I want to tell you what I think about it. So let's start by talking about the formula. I think the formula of the matte shades is beautiful. It is pigmented, but it is also a little bit on the powdery side. So make sure to tap your brush off so that you don't get a lot of fallout underneath the eyes, because I feel like it could happen. I thought the colors were beautiful. They were buildable and they blended really nicely into one another, but they're not the easiest formula to blend. I feel like my personal expectations were a little higher than the way that palette actually performed, but I had very, very high expectations. For example, I'm not 100% happy with the way that this brown blended into this yellow. I feel like it could be a bit smoother right there, but I didn't want to risk ruining things by continuing to blend it. I thought maybe it would become a little muddy. However, on this side, I really didn't have that issue. The issue I had on this side was that one of the green colors was a bit patchy. So again, I just didn't think I was going to run into any of these problems with the matte shades. I still think that they're very high quality, but I feel like they could be even better. And then as far as the shimmers are concerned, I have no complaints whatsoever about the shimmers. The shimmers are fantastic. They're pigmented, they're shiny, they're sparkly, they blend beautifully into one another, and I really love the selection of colors of shimmers that you get in this palette. Overall, I love the color story and I had a ton of fun playing with this palette. Maybe the more I play with this formula, the easier it'll become for me, because once again, this is my first time trying his formula. But that is what I can tell you as far as my first experience with this formula and this palette is concerned. Do I recommend it? If you like this color story, 100% go for it. You're not going to regret it. I personally can't wait to continue playing with this one and do simpler eyeshadow looks where I'm not trying to put as much as possible on my eyes, so I can further get a feel for the palette, the color story, and its formula. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section of this video. If I have to pick a favorite eyeshadow look, I definitely pick look number 2. It's a bit more cohesive, a bit more blended out. But I would love to know what your favorite eyeshadow look was and what you thought of this review. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.